Here at Intensive Therapeutics, it's not only about the child, it's about the family, and we're here to help. And we are here to explain any questions that you have, help the child do whatever they're not able to do. We look at the whole person, we look at the family, what's affecting your child from doing things at home, daily living kinds of things like brushing their teeth or eating.
The mission statement of Intensive Therapeutics is to provide innovative, intensive occupational therapy services to children with special needs within the communities that they live.
Even after that first week of camp, we noticed a huge change in using his left hand. So it was pretty remarkable how quickly we saw results.
At the beginning, my son couldn't put on a shoe, didn't know his foot, his arm, his face. You can ask him any body part now and he can name it. His speech basically went from, I would say, a dozen words to now, he's speaking in sentences. I mean, he has a long way to go, but progress has been just unbelievable.
I think this is really unlike anything we've experienced elsewhere.
Scott has changed our lives. This program has changed our lives. And all the therapists, the interns, everybody who works here, they go the extra mile. And we have a lot of therapists, and they've all tried to help in their own way, but I think not being part of a nonprofit, they don't necessarily have the time to do these extra things, or they're missing that key element that they have here. One-on-one therapy is great, and they try to make it fun, but they can't really get out of him what this group can get out of him, because it's fun. He's with other kids, and then he's competitive, and this other kid is doing it, and I better do it, and I better do it better than him.
When a child is having therapy one-to-one, I think that puts a lot of pressure. In the group, the attention isn't all on them, so it allows them to relax and observe what the peers are doing, and that usually facilitates a lot of language on behalf of the child.
I found that it's a lot more powerful to show a kid who's not behaving or not doing the right thing how a peer is doing it. And they pick up on that a lot easier than having me just say words and there's no understanding. This way there's a visual, there's someone that they can relate to, and it just makes it more enjoyable for them and also for us.
These kids are in hospitals a lot. They are around medical staff quite a bit, so it's nice to be in a playground. It's nice to be in the community. It's nice to be outside. It's nice for them to actually ride bikes outside rather than a hospital corridor. It's a more welcoming, friendlier feel.
You like to have your child in the least restrictive environment. And to come here, they get interaction with people that understand them. They receive interaction from people that don't know them, but that are willing to learn about them.
I really don't think he would have ridden a bike. Just even the things that Scott knew, taking the wheels off the bike, I wouldn't have thought to do that just to get him started and building some of the confidence, and also Scott highlighting the size of bike that was more comfortable.
Every other therapy program out there is doing one-on-one therapy. When you do it in a group, it's more like real life, and that's what kids do. And so again, it's what therapists should be doing to provide therapy services in that context, and nobody does that. The programs that we have currently have all started from parents' feedback, what they want us to do. We started with one program in 2005, and we're up to 8 different programs now in 2012.
Patrick would look at a flight of stairs and not really realize what he has to do, and would just keep walking and fall down the stairs. Since we've been coming here and working on motor planning, he's gotten so much better, so much more aware of his surroundings. He can actually look at a challenge, think about how to get through it, and go and do it.
By the 3rd day that we got there, she really understood that this is what you do when you come to Intensive Therapeutics, and they're going to make it fun, and I'm going to enjoy it.
I'm a huge sports fan. I have dreams, and my son's playing sports and participating and being able to do what every other kid does. And for most parents, they take that for granted. For me, it was different. Brandon, for example, if I ever wanted to have a little, to give him the bat and try to hit, he wasn't able to grip it with his left hand, so he was just holding with his right hand. Now, you know, almost every night he asks me to play baseball. He can hold the bat, he pulls it back, he swings with no difficulties.
The staff here feels like a second family. I feel so secure and I feel like we found our spot. You know, I feel very good about growing with this program. I feel like we're just in great hands. We found best for the best. I'm very lucky.
For most children, playing and speaking and eating comes so easy. And for our children, a lot of times it's not easy and it's a lot of work. I find it very rewarding to see that all their practice becomes a true testament of what they own, and I think that's what makes me feel good about what I do.
Progress means a lot to me and to everybody here at Intensive Therapeutics. We love success stories from parents, and we hear them all the time, and parents come back and tell us how much more their child is using their hands spontaneously. They're not even thinking about it, they're just using it. That they're getting reports from teachers in school that their handwriting is better, and just there's so many progress success stories, and that we hear these stories, we're able to give future families hope and that we can make a difference.
It takes family, it takes community, grandparents, therapists, it takes volunteers, it takes all of those people to make it all work. But if we all work together, then that's what's going to help the child.